Okay, here are some exercises for tummy strengthening. Okay, so we're going to lie down onto the mat, hands resting onto your tummy, shoulders nice and relaxed, and we'll start with pelvic tilting. So you're going to roll back, lift your tailbone off the mat and roll forwards. Roll back again, lifting your tailbone off the mat and roll forwards and roll back again and roll forwards. We're going to rest in the halfway position, bringing your hands in across the hip bones there, the pelvic bones that are sticking out. Take a breath in and feel your tummy rise and breathe out, and just bringing your attention to your ribs. Make sure you just draw your ribs inwards so they're not lifting off the mat. So this might come naturally to some people, but others just have to concentrate. So you're just drawing in your ribs a little bit, okay? So pelvic tilt, roll back, roll forwards, come into your halfway position and set your ribs. Take a breath in, feel your tummy rise and breathe out. So as you breathe in, your tummy's rising, not your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. And again, breathe in. And as you breathe out, you're going to pull up through your back passage and your front passage. So squeezing your pelvic floor. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release the whole lot out. Okay, so that's part of your pelvic floor exercises. Breathe in again. And breathe out, pulling up through back passage and front passage, keeping those ribs gently drawn in. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let the whole lot release. So just as important to feel the squeeze as it is to feel the release. Okay, we're going to add a little bit to the core. So breathe in and breathe out. So first and foremost, activating your core through your pelvic floor. So squeezing up through the back passage and the front passage, feeling that gentle drawing in across your tummy muscles, and then adding the leg lift. Hold there for breath in, and on the breath out, drop down. So every time you breathe out, you're just reinforcing that core activation. Breathe in again and breathe out. Activate through your pelvic floor, drawing in that lower area of your tummy. Scoop up the leg, hold there for breath in, and on the breath out, drop down. So just making sure your pelvis stays in neutral position and making sure that your ribs don't arch forwards as you lift your legs. So breathe in to prepare, breathe out, activate your core. If you have that tendency for your ribs to lift, just draw them inwards. Scoop up one leg, hold there for breath in, and on the breath out, lower down. Breathe in and breathe out, drawing in your core, bringing in the ribs, hold for breath in, and on the breath out, drop down. Breathe in again, breathe out, lift up. Hold for breath in, and on the breath out, reinforce the core, drop down. Breathe in again. Breathe out, pull through back passage, front passage, hold there, and lower down. If you're happy going one leg at a time, keep going. Otherwise, going into double leg, breathe in and breathe out. So keep that pelvic neutral, scoop up one leg, breathe in, and on the breath out, drawing in your core, no movement to the pelvis, scoop up the second leg, okay? Correcting your position, shoulders nice and relaxed, ribs gently drawn inwards. Hold there for breath in and out. Breathe in again. Another place to look is the belly button, making sure that it's not doming forwards and lifting, that you can hold your pelvic neutral. Hold the belly button drawn in. Breathe in and breathe out. Drop down one leg. Breathe in again and breathe out. Drop down the other leg. We're going to do that again. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull up through your pelvic floor. Scoop up one leg. Breathe in again and breathe out. Scoop up the second leg. Keep those ribs drawn in. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again and out. Breathe in again and breathe out. Drop down one leg. Breathe in, hold it. Breathe out, drop down the other leg and release your whole pelvic floor. Slide out your legs, reach your arms up overhead. Breathe in and out, and let those ribs move. So we want to make sure the muscles know how to lengthen and relax, and also how to switch on and contract. So bend up the knees again and pelvic tilt. Roll back and roll forwards. Come into your halfway position. Draw in those ribs a small bit. Make sure that back isn't pulling off the mat. Breathe in to prepare and breathe out. Activate your core. Scoop up one leg. Breathe in, hold it there. On the next breath out, scoop up the second leg. If you want to add on to that, just to bring in those ribs a little bit more, tuck in your chin, lengthen through your arms, and we're going to pulse as we breathe. So pulse 5 per breath in and 5 per breath out. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't worry if you're not feeling that you're really actively squeezing your core. Your subconscious is bringing in the muscles, but just to activate a little bit more, just concentrate bringing those ribs in. Concentration squeezing through the pelvic floor, and breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5. out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, in 2, 3, 4, 5, out 2, 3, 4, 5, drop down one leg, drop down the other leg, bring your arms out wide, feet and knees together, roll your knees to the side and getting a nice stretch along the side. Breathe in and out, roll your knees to the other side, get a nice stretch along the side. Breathe in and breathe out and come back to the center. Hands down by your side. We're going to go do some shoulder bridging. So again, we're talking about getting a little bit of flexion through the upper back. Breathe in and on the breath out, roll back, tuck in your belly button, lift your tailbone, and now you're lifting through your spine vertebra by vertebra. So you're still sort of flat through the upper back before you lift the lower back, and then gradually coming all the way up and get that extension through the hips. Hold there for breath in, and on the breath out, drop down at your ribs, curling, kind of sucking in there through the ribs, lower down vertebra by vertebra. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, activate your core, roll back. We're more looking at movement, getting the belly button switched on. Come right back up, hold for breath in, and on the breath out, drop down at your ribs and dropping down one by one through the vertebra. Go again, breathe in and breathe out, switch on the pelvic floor, roll back, lift your tailbone, lift your spine vertebra by vertebra, come up, hold there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly drop down, hug your knees up to your chest, just getting a little stretch through your lower back, and breathe in and out. Move your knees over towards your right shoulder, get a good stretch there, and move your knees over towards your left shoulder and get a good stretch there. Slide your legs away, arms up overhead, breathe in and breathe out, breathe in again and breathe out, hands down by your side again, bend your knees, breathe in, and on the breath out, roll back, lift your tailbone and come up into your bridge again. Okay, so if you feel that the lifting and lowering is quite easy and you like more of a challenge, we're just going to come into the bridge, come halfway down, then squeeze your bottom muscles and push yourself up. So it's halfway down, squeeze your glutes and push back up, all the while keeping your core engaged. So gently drawing in those lower tummy muscles, but making sure the pelvic floor is the boss. So the pelvic floor is squeezing first and foremost, halfway down, squeeze and lift. So really good to get those glutes engaged. They support your lower back, support your tummy, support your pelvic organs with the pelvic floor. So lift, then just come halfway down. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly rolling down from chest level all the way down. Hug your knees up to your chest and get a good stretch through your lower back. Then slide your legs away, arms up overhead. Breathe in and out. Breathe in again and breathe out. Good stuff. Okay, we're going to turn over onto our tummy and just add those exercises. So rest your forehead on your hands and start by shrugging your shoulders up towards your ears and then lowering them nice and low. So getting that shrug up and glide down. Then keep the shoulder blades nice and low. You're going to do a little pelvic tilt, so round your back and arch. You won't feel it as much as you did lying on your back, but just round your back and arch. Come into halfway position so your belly button is just being pulled a tiny bit off the mat. Take a breath in and on the breath out, squeezing through your pelvic floor. Feel your core activate and then let it go. Okay, breathe in. And on the breath out this time, you're bringing in those lower tummy muscles, just kind of drawing up off the mat, and you're going to lift your upper body up. Hold 2, 3, and lower down. Breathe in to prepare. Breathe out, switch on the pelvic floor, keeping your chin tucked in, neck nice and long, eyes facing down, so you can see there might only be 2 inches between my forehead and the mat. Hold and lower down. Breathe in again and breathe out. Lift up 2, 3 and lower down. Breathe in again and on the breath out, lift up. So each time drawing in your lower tummy muscles just to get that strength through the center and lower down. Breathe in again and breathe out. Lift up 2, 3 and lower down. Breathe in again and breathe out. Lift up 2, 3 and lower down. Breathe in again and breathe out. Pull up to your pelvic floor. Lift up 2, 3 and lower down. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Push up and just sit back onto your heels. Stretch through your spine. Nice and long. Breathe in and out. Then walk your hands over to the right side. Left hand overlapping right. Hold it there for a few seconds. And then walk your hands over to the other side Right hand overlapping left. Breathe in and out. Good stuff. Okay, so we're going to come on to all fours now. So your wrists are under your elbows, elbows under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And we're going to start with pelvic tilting. So round your back up and then arch down. Okay, so just for mobility through the pelvis, round up your back, tuck in your belly button and arch down. And again, round up and arch down. Come into your halfway position. So again, the emphasis on that lower part of your tummy, staying nice and firm, pelvic floor switched on, breathe in, and on the breath out, slide out a leg and lift. So breathe in, drop down, breathe out, switch. So we're just working through the core in its role as a stabilizer, so staying nice and still through your center, but your tummy muscles now are working anti-gravity. So there's a little bit of work for them to do just to hold still and not to let them slouch downwards. Keep the pelvic floor switched on. Go for 3, 2, and 1. Drop that leg down. Switch to the other side. Slide and lift.